This week on What Do You Got? What do you want to be when you grow up? Stay tuned.
Man.
You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day. Oh, yeah.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Bro Down Podcast. I'm Andy Smith.
I'm Tim Fulton.
And this is What Do You Got?
What do you got?
What do you guys when we just bring something to the table and talk about it for a little bit? This episode's Tim's. Tim, what do you got?
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Not what I am.
So it's funny because my nephew actually asked me that the other day. He's like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I'm like, I'm 33.
You're like, I'll be right back.
I don't want to go cry in the closet.
We'll be right back.
So I was thinking about it and rewind history. You're 15, 16 years old.
Oh, that old.
And you can decide then, once again, what do you want to do with your life? So you can either take it from that angle, or if you could right now change your career, what would you do? But more or less, what would you have done? Or what would you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be when you grow up? That's the question.
Okay, so if we're talking 15, 16, I have no fucking idea.
But you have the knowledge you do now.
Ooh, I have the knowledge I do now. I'd be a cryptocurrency investor.
That kind of knowledge.
I honestly don't know. Like when I was 15, 16, I was super into the gym, but I knew like bodybuilding just didn't seem like it was like I read all those magazines but like I was like I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm like I have no talent. So, like, that's not, like, I can't, like, because I was really into MMA, but I'm like, that's not going to work. Like, I'm all broken up, and I'm just not good at it or anything. So, I didn't really want to do anything.
It's rough, right?
Like, I'm one of the more active people I know. But as far as, like, having like if only I didn't have that at that age. Like when I was a kid, I wanted to be a cop because my dad was a cop. But at that age, I was just like, let's just go through the motions and see where this chip lands.
So if you did it all over again, you would be an engineer working for the same.
No.
I'm kidding. Well, I'm not.
No, I would have. What would I have done different? Like, I don't have like a set thing that I would like to have done. I probably, off the top of my head, something I would have liked to have done was like maybe something to do with like MMA reporting. I don't know, but
So that's a good one.
Yeah,
Especially since you would know like MMA would like hit a high peak like this. Like back when you were a kid, like UFC, that was for like, I don't want to say not ultra nerds, but like.
Well, the best way to put it,
niche group.
Rogan always says when he used to tell people he was a cage fighting commentary, he's like, it was telling people I was in porn.
Yeah.
It was like that.
Yeah.
When
you were 15, you would be looking at people saying, I want to get into porn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Maybe that's what I would want. No.
Yeah, I don't know. What would you want to have been?
Park ranger.
Park ranger.
All right, first off.
That's hilarious.
Shut up.
That is the best. That is the best. If you're just like Park Ranger, Tim Fulton.
Tim Fulton, Park
That's right.
ranger. But like.
Be sure to throw your cigarette butts out in the receptacles.
Because
Be kind to wild.
I looked into it not too long ago. Too long ago being like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, to be a park ranger, you have to, like, have knowledge. Like, you can't just be like, I want to go, like, skip around the park all day. Will you hire me? They'll be like, no. Like, you need degrees. You need to, and I'm not just saying, like, I want to be, like, one of those guys who, like, shows up to work and from, like, 9 to 5, like.
You're talking like a park, like a national park ranger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I want to be one of those people who, like, goes out into the woods for a couple of months doing wildlife shit and then comes out for a couple of months.
So like a researcher?
No. So there's multiple jobs. So I'm just kind of like fantasizing about leaving society and living in the woods more. Have you ever heard? You know what turned me on?
Just kind of skipped over that last part. Go ahead.
You know, there's this video game that came out a while ago called Firewatch, and it's all about this guy who goes into the woods. It ends up being like a murder mystery type thing, and he's by himself, so the entire thing is kind of creepy.
Okay.
But it's a guy who is supposed to set whatchamacallit, controlled flames, so there's no real wildfire.
Yeah, controlled burns.
Yeah, controlled burns. And it's a video game, obviously. So in the end, spoiler alert, there ends up being a giant wildfire, and he has to escape in time and all this. But like, I was like looking at it, I'm like, so this guy gets to go into the middle of the woods, like with rations and like do all this cool. It's like hiking that you get paid for.
Yeah.
Peanuts. But
Peanuts.
it just looked.
Do you like living in the woods? Good, because you're gonna have to on what we're gonna pay you.
You're gonna want to leave and go home. Well, no, this is your home.
No, this is your home.
This
You
is
can
how-
afford satin sheets held up by sticks.
Yep.
They are satin sheets though.
Fancy.
Fancy.
Luxury.
Yeah. If you're talking about
I think I picked the thing that was furthest away from a desk job as I possibly.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
It sounds like it. The part that comes into play when you don't take out the factor of money is what's difficult.
Yeah.
Because if you said like if money's not an option, what would you do?
Object, not option. You fucking idiot.
Option?
No. If money's not an option, it's not an object. Money is no object.
No, yeah, but
I'm kidding. Well,
No,
I'm not kidding.
no, yeah. I don't know. Brain fart
Sorry, I
there. No.
completely derailed you with some bullshit.
I guess I was saying maybe option because we're picking the job based on salary. Like if that's not a part of picking the job, like you said, you're making peanuts as a park ranger.
Yeah.
So like if money is no object,
Thank you.
what? Now, but see, it's still the same thing because that's kind of the point.
I mean, if money was a factor, then I would be like, oh, then I would want to be like
If money wasn't
a Bitcoin researcher.
yeah, but if you were rich, like I wouldn't just pick one job.
Yeah.
I would like
that,
to.
that almost defeats the purpose of the question, though. I mean, like,
Yeah.
if you had to redo your life and
Okay.
choose a new career, or even choose one now.
I'd get ABET certified. If I had to redo, knowing what I know now, and we can't do the whole Back to the Future betting on sports that we know is going to happen.
Yeah, you can't do that bullshit. That's cheating. And you can't pick being a podcaster because that's kind of cheating, too. Because we're kind of trying. What's up,
We're trying
fan?
very hard.
What's up, our one fan, Tyler?
Yeah.
I see you, buddy. I see you.
Fuck, man. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
What would I enjoy doing every day?
Because I thought about like what I don't enjoy doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't really like interacting with people.
So park ranger.
Yeah, that's probably a bad way to put it. I don't like interacting with the general public. So like, I wouldn't want to be like in the food industry or anything like that. But then you realize that like you have to sell something to someone, so you have to interact with someone at some point.
Yeah.
Not if I'm in the woods. I don't.
Yeah. See,
I see you. Like I see it tinkering.
yeah, I've had a couple bad jobs that have like put into perspective like things that are important in a job that make it easier. So like a big one is job security. It's hard for me
Yeah.
to put that out of my brain
Yeah.
because when you work a job where it's like you have in fear of losing your job if you call out sick kind of thing, like that's always in there. But taking all that out, I would either like to own my own business, maybe doing some kind of construction or some kind of consulting, something like that.
Yeah.
Or something to do with I think, like I said, MMA, either reporting or something like that. Because especially back then, I was like obsessed with it. Like obsessed to the point where like I don't know, there's not a lot of I would say probably like at least 50, maybe even more, like 50 to 60% of every fight that happened from the beginning of UFC to like 2007, 2009, I saw.
So that's what 15-year-old Andy would have done if you went back in time.
Yeah.
He would have worked on a degree towards journalism while going fucking nose deep into the MMA world and starting one of those retro-ass 1999 blog websites that have
Yeah.
like,
Because we both know I can talk.
and instead of like a little cursor, it's like a little man kicking.
Yeah. Hi.
You remember those
Yeah.
types of websites?
Yeah, that was like superior back
it's
then.
fantastic.
It's like really superior. Yeah, I don't know if I would have went and got a degree.
It probably still would have been beneficial.
Yeah.
You probably still wouldn't have gotten the
My,
right one.
my thoughts on college have changed. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I might have just been a nomad. Went off and did nothing. Bought an RV. Just lived out of an RV.
Dude, just meet me in the woods.
Where's your house? It's all this. This is all my house. Well, you can't shut that to keep bears out, dude. It's where we gonna sleep. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that makes me sound like a crazy man real fast.
Park Ranger's a good one.
Thank you.
That's a good one. Mine's boring.
Yeah, it
Mine's a little boring.
was sprung on you. Like 3 hours from now, you'd be like, son of a bitch, this is what I would have done.
Yeah. I feel like Park Ranger, you would almost have to become, or you would eventually be that dude that's just totally unaware of what society's up to.
Yeah.
Like, you'd come out of the woodwork in a couple years and see old friends, and they're like, you're like, who's Kardashian? Who?
Well,
Like, you'd be like, what?
I have a friend, she's not a park ranger, but she does stuff like that. So, like, she spent years just... I want it... It's going to sound like a negative connotation,
Okay.
but she spent years bopping from one job to another, and they were mostly, like, internships and stuff, like after-college internships.
Yeah.
And you've heard me talk about her before, Sam. Hi, Sam. Like,
Hello.
she worked in Alaska. She worked for a resort that people stay at when they want to see the Aurora Borealis.
Okay.
She did a big study on owls in, I want to say, New Mexico. So she
Sounds
went
like a
out
hoot.
for... Who?
Nothing.
So she would go out and she would go hiking for a week or two at a time. And she would literally have to go into the middle of the woods, play an owl sound, listen to see if anything owled back. She said she got hunted by a big cat, she thinks. We'll talk about that story later. Someone out
No,
there-
talk about that now.
She said that she could hear something following her for like the longest time, and like she could see tracks and stuff like that. Like, she's not dumb, so she
This
was
is
like,
at night.
yeah, because she had to be out in the middle of the night.
By herself?
Yeah.
I think that cat would have jacked her.
I don't know.
If that might have been a little varmint that was like, hey, listen, there's a cat somewhere around here,
We're
but if
not-
he's gonna kill anyone, it's gonna be you.
We're not talking about someone who doesn't know their stuff. Like Sam's on top of the wild.
She's lucky then,
Yeah.
because she was by herself and there was a cat stalking her. She's really lucky that the cat didn't jack her.
And she knows it. She's done other things. She's gone to Kazakhstan to go like mountain climbing and cave discovering. She's gone to New Zealand and she went hiking and stuff like that. And she would make money by working on kiwi farms like a couple of days at a time. And then she would go off and then she would do another one.
What?
She hiked the Appalachian Trail. I know she worked in Texas for a while. I forget what she did down there.
How did she afford all this?
These are jobs. She makes money doing.
But
these
just
things.
the airfare back and forth, sending your
drives.
shit. What?
She drives.
To New Zealand?
Yes, Andy. She
You
drives
said
to
it.
New Zealand.
You said it. To Kazakhstan?
Okay.
Who the fuck drives to Kazakhstan?
Those two are the exceptions. She worked on a farm in Pennsylvania. We thought that was going to be the end of it.
That sounds so boring when you say the rest of that shit.
Yeah, I know.
Stalked by a big cat. Like, you should have started at farm in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
You
I
told
should've.
the closers in the beginning.
The worst part is that now she has a desk job.
Does it crush her soul?
She says it does. But I think she's working for, I'm going to butcher this, but it's just recently happened. I think she's working for like a parks department.
Huh.
So she gets to go outside every now and then and like go look at things. But
That's got to be.
she most of the time she's behind a desk and she basically said like it was time.
So let me ask you a question, because now I'm curious. She went off and did all these things.
Yeah.
Right? Led a very crazy life that very few people do. Like this very unique thing.
Yeah.
I feel like some of that has to be part of her personality. Like it's not just like I decided I'm going to go travel or be a traveler.
No, she's definitely like part adrenaline junkie, I would say.
Or just like an adventure seeker where she has to constantly have new experiences.
That's probably a more accurate way to put it, because
Yeah.
it's not like I did go skydiving with her, but it's not like she's doing like all like these daredevil stunts. Like it's
Yeah.
not like she's like getting a thrill off of putting her life
She's not
on
like
the
base
line.
jumping and like
Yeah, but
hopscotching over
she-
crocodiles.
She likes the new things. She definitely, obviously, likes the wilderness.
Yeah.
She hiked the Appalachian Trail, not the whole thing. I think she got about halfway through.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's very expensive. You constantly have to buy new boots.
Oh.
They wear out really fast.
Hmm.
Faster than you would think.
I'd be fucked. Like, you have any 15s? They're like 11. I need a 15. Cut toes off. Cut the toes off.
I'll take 2 of the 11s. We'll sew them together. All right,
Um,
so last story before I cut us off.
Well,
So
what? Okay, I had a second thing I was going to ask you. But go
go
ahead.
for it.
So, when you do all that, it's like almost like you're kind of fucking yourself mentally, because you're having this great experience and you're getting like all that you can out of life, and then like you get a desk job.
Yeah.
It would almost, and here's the thing, would you rather do all that stuff when you were young, or would you rather do it when you're older after you have a job?
See, I'm not counting her out yet. She has a desk job now.
No, I'm saying you.
Oh,
Like,
me?
would you, like, as a mind fuck, I'm saying, like, would you rather, like, have a desk job for 10 years, then go do all that? Or would you rather do it when you're young and naive and adventurous and don't really know what the fuck is going on, less developed as a human being, and do it? Because it's almost like you live all these lives in these super compact moments around the world, and then like you come back and you're like, now I'm just supposed to sit in the same spot every day.
But I kind of prefer it that way because I have worked a desk job for almost 10 years now. And you don't just work a desk job and then, like, you decide to yourself, you know what? Now I'm going to go have life adventures. Some people do.
If it would, no, I'm saying if it was the option where like you had to do one way or the other, like it wasn't like you could work for 10 years and then change your mind. Like it was just you got to do it.
I guess, but I don't know. I feel like there's something cool and exotic about a 20 to 30-year-old person going out and having multiple adventures.
No, that's what I'm saying though. Like, would you think it would be more of a mind fuck to do it, to go from one to the other, or like to go from that to sitting at a desk, or more of a mind fuck to go from sitting at a desk to that?
It depends. Do you have to go back?
Ooh, your choice.
Huh. I don't know. That's one of those things where I feel like I could give you an answer, but I don't know what if that would be the correct one. Like I don't know how I would actually feel in the moment.
It's almost like she's like this. It's almost like she's this wild animal in the best way that can be said.
Yeah.
Who now got put in like a zoo, but they still let her out of the zoo a little bit. She's just like, yeah.
It's almost like
I'm
she went
around
from a
other-
stray cat to a house cat that gets let outside.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I originally was going to tell Sam that we talked about it on this podcast, but I don't want to give her an existential crisis.
No, I hope.
Sam, let us know what you think.
It
about this
doesn't.
podcast.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like
Sorry.
she needs a push to do what she wants to do. She sounds like somebody that just does what she wants to do.
And she does. And it's funny because whenever she would come home, we had been great friends for years. I would always visit her at college, vice versa, like
Yeah.
the whole thing. And like our friend circle like is very tight. And so it would always be a thing. Sam's home. We got to see her.
Yeah, because who knows where the fuck she's gonna be?
Because we knew we have a couple weeks, 3
Yeah.
weeks, maybe a month. And then
She's
off on her
climbing
next
Mount
adventure.
Kilimanjaro. Or she's milking cows in South
Yeah.
Jersey.
So it's not even a joke. So the last adventure, not the last adventure, but one of the adventures she had, she went to New Zealand. She was doing the whole thing, and she went up on top of a mountain. and she found a ring up there. And she was like, this is really cool. Because for those of you who don't know, New Zealand was where they filmed The Lord of the Rings. And it wasn't a Lord of the Rings ring, but it was a ring. And she was like, maybe it was like a prop from the set, or it could just be nonsense, but like, it's cool. So she kept it. And she was like, I would look at it at night. And she's like, and then at some point I realized I was calling it my precious. She's like, and then I lost it. And I was like, well, it wasn't meant for you. It just wants to go home.
What does she sound like?
All right, guys, let us know what you would do. What do you want to be when you grow up? Let us know in the comment section down below. How would you change your life if you so choose? Sam, let us know what you want to be when you grow up, if and when you watch this
I
video.
want to know where that damn ring is.
I know, right? I'm going to have to send you a picture of it. It might have been a toe ring, now that I'm thinking about it. Because it wasn't, like, full circle. Like, the toe rings don't end at the bottom. There's a little. Go to
piece of scrap metal.
Go to brodownpro.com so you can get all your cool ass bro down gear. Also, let us know if you want us to talk about a certain topic. You can spit your own. What do you got? So there's a little portal up at the top of the screen. Yeah, and that about does us. We'll catch you guys next time.
See you later.
You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day.